Oh, welcome back my gardening friends. Well, I've just arrived from home with the wheelbarrow. This is how I bring my seedlings up on a flat Correx board, and these are the seeds that we potted up, and it's nice to have full trays. There's lots of those seeds that didn't germinate, so it's well worth trying to germinate your seeds first, then taking them off the tissue and popping them into these pots. I'm going to set up another scaffold plank and suspend it, and put one of the trays down and put them in with a bit of capillary matting, and just keep an eye on them in here. But a little bit of natural light is going to be better than those grow lights. So my friends from Onecompress reached out to me and asked me if I'd like to do a review on these bamboo compression ware. And as soon as they mentioned bamboo, I was instantly interested, because, as you know, I use the bamboo gloves, which I find really comfortable, and I thought, well, yeah, I'll give them a whirl. So I've got a few notes. These are the gloves for your wrists, and we'll go through it. Onecompress bamboo compression wear, recover while you're sleeping, improving circulation. Eco-friendly, no fertilizers are used or toxins, natural organic in these gloves, and the actual wear, they've got loads and loads of different things. There's a link in the description below to have a look if you're interested. They're really gentle, super comfortable, naturally antibacterial, wick moisture, 4 times better than cotton, so at night if you sweat a lot you don't get this doesn't get damp as cotton. Thermoregulating, so if it's hot it keeps you cool, day or night use. And they've promised me a $100 voucher store credit for a raffle, so if you want to enter that, we'll talk about that towards the end of the video, if you stayed long enough. So the general principles: constantly applying the perfect amount of pressure and therapeutic heat significantly helps improve blood circulation and nutrients. This in turn promotes healing, reduces inflammation and easing pain. Main uses of the compression therapy: relieve muscle joint tendon pain, reduce swelling and inflammation, prevents muscle soreness and fatigue, improves muscle recovery speed, increases flexibility, range of movements, reduce lactic acids and unhealthy toxins. These can be washed but air dried, makes them last a bit longer, and of course you need to do gentle exercise as well. There's some videos on there that show you some gentle exercises to help your joints. It's no good just slapping these things on and expecting them to work. As you know, I've struggled with my wrists in the past. We're all getting older, we've all abused our bodies, so I asked for the gloves. These are large. I perhaps should have asked for extra large, but they're really nice on your hands. And I've got a knee pad as well, so if you're liable to have a panic attack, I'm just going to slip my trousers down just so you can see the one on my knee, so turn away if you're shocked easily. So this is the bamboo knee support, and I've had this on a few hours now, and it's nice and warm to the touch. Slip that back on in case anybody's walking around and thinking I'm doing one of my real naked gardening days again. But well worth a little look anyway, my friends. and the links will be in the description, and if you want a raffle ticket, we'll talk more about that towards the end of this video. But I've got about 90 minutes now to get a few jobs done around my allotments, so bear with me and let's get busy. And I promise I won't show the tulips ever again. You know I will, guys, they're lovely. So there's the scaffold planks, here's the rope. Let's get another plank suspended so we can put those plants on, and hopefully it'll keep the mice away from digging unnecessarily. So we've got a few giants at this end, a giant there, so we've got a giant beetroot, giant carrot, and then some of the seeds that we've got. First one is a Rosa di something or other, broccoli green magic, broccoli, the claret sprouting, rhubarb charge, some pak choi. That looks like cabbages. Cabbage Iron Man, or Calabrese shall we say. Red Bull Brussels sprouts, red cabbage Calibos, and we've got my favourite, the Crispus F1 Brussels sprouts. A giant cabbage here. And then the giant kohlrabi. So some of these plants will be going here in the tunnel, but we need to move these potatoes. So we've got rocket there that we planted. Remember, we harvest them, we replanted any that we fancied. That's the kestrel. We've got some Picasso there just coming through, and another lot of kestrel. We spoke about using the smaller pallet collars that we've got. They've fit snugly in there. There's a little gap there, so there's a Marfona there, and then these are these were the things that were destined for a skip. So all I've done, I'm not going to use a grow bag because you have to buy them. So they're on wicks, and we filled them up with water. I thought I'd leave that one like that for now. We can get that done shortly. And this is all my homemade mixed compost. This isn't any compost out of the compost bin. Everything in the compost bin goes into my potatoes, because potatoes are notoriously good at breaking down materials. So first little job, get the other scaffold plank, move these potatoes, because we won't need these beds till we have to plant the tomatoes and cucumbers later on. So those two bits of scaffold plank are coming really useful, and there's room there now to pop these. These are ready for the long beans. I filled these up, well, as much as I could, with the homemade mix. I think it was wood chips. No, come on. I think it was cocoa coir and the leaf mould. I haven't got a clue, but anyway, it's something I haven't had to buy, so I'm going to set those up over there. As you can see, I've watered the top one. Need to water these regular, keep them moist. It'll warm up nicely in here, and all I shall do is place the beans on top, upright, and then when they start to germinate, I'll just top them off with a little bit of compost. But if you can imagine beans dropping off a plant in the wild, they'd just drop on the floor. Might get covered up with a bit of leaf mould. But other than that, when I took over plot 1, the broad beans were just lying there, rooted down, beans showing, and growing a lovely plant, which I moved to plot 3. So hopefully that'll stop them rotting. So this is the pallet collar we've been using, or pallet collar bed we've been using to top these up. That one's completed now, and just by luck, this is one of the first pallet collars that I ever got. It's just started to go rotten. This has got to be 7 years old, so it's well worth lining them with plastic. So that's got to be changed shortly. But this is my homemade compost. This is made up of one of these pots. Now this is, I've seen this before, but these are like little bits of wood. Occasionally you will get bits of wood in, but this is all what gets thrown away or unscrupulously dumped by the cannabis growers. Some of this in here, which is the compost with the perlite in. So one of those, that's one of each of those. My last year's compost that we made for the potatoes. 2-year-old leaf mould, 4-year-old wood chips, some of the cocoa coir off the carrot bed, and the last few bags of the material that we had in the permanent potato bed that we didn't use in these pallet collars, where my permanent potato bed was before, just held together with pallets and bits of Correx. All the roots from these will be going in the bottom of my compost bin once it's been emptied. So let's move that into the polytunnel. You might look at that compost and think, oh, what a load of rubbish. I don't pay for this though. You do when you buy it in a bag. I don't mind picking the odd stone out that I leave in. And as you can see, we've got all the wood chips in here as well. Some of these containers have been emptied. We've filled this up. I've been a busy boy when I get time. I've got these 3 now to empty out. That will help in the pallet collar outside once we change that. But first I need to give the bird water feature, the water bath, a home on the wildflower wildlife garden. Well, there we go. Something else saved from a skip. Keep adding to it. Keeps it more interesting. Now, my regulars will know that I don't paint any of my wood. This was painted, and this is the outcome. I believe wood needs to breathe, so if water does get in via the inside there, it needs to be able to escape. So I don't paint any of my collars. Here's another one there that we painted, and it's warping inwards, and I always put the worst pallet collars on the top. Saves a lot of work. Let's get this one changed. So let's loosen the rest of the plastic off. Slip that one off. Slip the new one on, see how it fits, if it sits okay. Fits like a glove. It's lovely, that'll do us. And as you can see on the right hand side where the soil has pulled down on the plastic, I do it differently now. It's happened to this bed this side as well, as you can see. So I'm going to put another piece of plastic all the way around. An ideal time to do this while the bed's not got much material in. And just to finish it off, just trim the top off. I don't fold my plastic over because I want the air to circulate and moisture to escape. Another little job done. Just while we're here, just see some of the carrots that I sowed. I've done those, I haven't put the label on yet, it's been too wet. But these are coming through nicely, and as I go around, I'll just do a little bit of gentle weeding. Oh, that's me exhausted after that. Getting quite a few good shoots of asparagus. These were for my own seed. This is now probably 4 years old, and I'll harvest as much as I can within the 6-week period. So this is one of the old beds. I can't remember what was in it, but there's lots of flowers growing because We bought some soil from home, so I want to dig some of these out to see if I can save them. They come out better than I thought. Let's get them planted. That bed's now ready to top up. At least they're in now. Been bugging me for a while, but you have to let them die back a little bit before moving them. Just need to finish topping up this last giant vegetable pallet collar bed. We had some fresh manure right at the bottom, a bit of fresh on the top, a bit of old. Let's top it up with a few ingredients that we mentioned earlier. Adding some Grow Organic or 6X. And we'll start again. Well, got a few more jobs to do. I've got about 15 minutes left. I weeded the blueberries. I've mulched them with acacia compost. I found the cheapest great acacia compost at Home Bargains here in the UK. A lot of their stuff is cheap. I don't know why I ask the prices, because they're pretty good. So we just need to get these out, and I'll be getting handfuls. I'm not going to be worried, because this will go straight in the compost bin. And they're all the blackcurrant seedlings. Right, let's get going. Now you're going to say I've left some. Yeah, that's where I did my super soil trial. So we sprayed a bit of super soil there. We didn't here, so I've left that there. There's so many of those little seedlings that I've just run my fingers through them. Hopefully it'll get rid of most of them, and then I can have another pick again. It's certainly looking nice in here now, especially with the wood chips and the contrast. All the blueberries are coming through, and we're reasonably weed free. 15 minutes of time now will save hours and hours later on. It's looking nice again. Everything's looking lush now. They've had because they had their manure runoff on them. So if you would like a chance of a raffle ticket for a $100 voucher, store credit, etc. from Onecompress, check out the description, have a little look at their products, and let me know via the email what you would actually buy. So the email just says Onecompress and then what you'd like to buy, and then I'll allocate a raffle ticket to anyone that has done as I've asked. In the description below will be the start and finish times of this raffle, and of course all my product reviews are on my own honest opinion, and you make your own mind up by looking via the links. I'll be giving you an update later on. Please remember, thumbs up, thumbs down for the interaction. Leave me a comment if you used Onecompress before, and join in with the comments. Talk about whatever you want. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.